Da-da-da-da-da-da. Billy.
Welcome in. Welcome to another edition of Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy. It is the last show of 2018. Today is December 29th. Wherever you are, I hope it's the same date. Might not be, but it is the December 29th here in the Central Coast of California. A crisp but beautiful day. My name is Billy Gibbs. That guy right over there is Mr. Mike Brabennick. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, Bill. How are you?
Good. Welcome to the last show of the year.
I know. It's crazy, isn't it? I was just thinking about that.
Kind of is. We got a good show. We're going to talk about the highs and lows and the best and the worst of 18. We're going to exchange Christmas gifts. We did not do so last week, so we're going to give each other our thoughts in our little gift exchange, which is very cool. We're going to have I brought some things for you to ponder.
Ooh.
Wonderful.
I love pondering. Pondering is
I thought
is
I'd
a
start.
good thing.
You know, I tried to text you last night about 3 a.m, Mike, to see if I could start a new segment called "Something to Ponder." And but you were out, so your phone said you were out. Did you guys do the dancing? No.
I was literally out.
Oh, that's what it meant.
Actually, I was
when you said "I'm out" on the
Yeah.
text reply, instant reply. Oh, you meant you were out.
I was exhausted by the number of comments I made on Nikki's post on Facebook.
Is Fleur or Slim?
I
Who's
was
playing? Is
too.
it Flam or Slim? I don't know. So, and we're also going to talk loose impediments. We're going to talk random topics, and Nikki brought in some random topics I can't wait to talk about. And it's just going to be a pretty darn good show. We're going to have Dave Shamandel with Slick Sticks calling at the top of the hour. And I don't know what else we got going on. We got a little BM action happening here. It's just
Yeah.
going to be a pretty good show. Nikki's playing with the. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see them there, Nikki. My bad. So, Mike, what's happening? And you got a lot of what you got going on over there, man. You got a chart. Are you writing music? Those are all C sharps, man.
I know. No, those are all the partner things I have to check off during the show. So I make a little list for myself.
And at the very end of the show, we got a bunch of thank yous, man.
Speaking of lists,
Yeah.
you were on the phone with me when this happened the other night. I went to the store. I offered to go to the store.
You're a good man, Mike.
And my wife gave me the list of, oh, yeah, we need to pick up this, and this for dinner. And I'm like, all right, that's cool. I can do that. So I went and did it. And I'm in the store, and I can't find the stuff. Like, it's obscure stuff.
Let me ask you, do you usually go shopping with your wife?
No.
All right, so and I'm the same way. I rarely do.
Yeah.
So you're not, she probably has an idea where everything is, right? Of course. Nikki, do you shop for your family?
Yes, I
Okay.
do.
So you know where everything is.
I do.
But when go on, Mike. But I want you to know I appreciate the hunt.
And
Because
I had your guidance. I called you because I was lost in the store. I literally couldn't find some of the stuff. You know, she's making enchiladas and needs specific this and that and this and that.
you think they'd all be right next to each other
And
too, huh?
you know,
In the enchilada aisle.
well, I'm going.
It's not an enchilada aisle.
I'm like going down the aisles, and I'm like, okay, if I was a store manager, how would I arrange the store?
Did you bring your little checklist with you and everything?
No, I don't have it with
Oh,
me.
yes.
She wrote out.
No,
she
I
wrote
meant
out
your
the list.
You could have had your own little chart of the
I
store.
know. I've been in this store a million times,
Yeah.
and I'm trying to find like diced tomatoes with green chilies in them.
Oh, I know exactly where those are.
And
Aisle 7, Mike, towards the end.
so then I start finding like the tomato sauce, and then there's no diced tomatoes with green chilies.
Nikki's close. There's a Mexican food aisle that
Exactly.
has the beans and all the rices
But, like-
and the chilies and all the
The enchilada
and it
aisle.
has the enchilada sauces. It does. It is. They have that aisle.
Why don't it's
14, I think
diced
it is.
tomatoes?
Yeah, but it's got she's looking for that special.
It's
chili
not green
sauce.
chilies. It's diced tomatoes. That's the base, right? That's the way my brain works. It's like I'm looking for diced tomatoes.
But
I'm
are
not
they-
looking for green chilies. Green chilies is the additive to the tomatoes.
Yeah, but
Here's
it's
the
the-
thing you don't understand is
Yes.
the goal of the store is to make you walk through every aisle 3 times. So
Yeah.
if you don't have to look for something, you won't see all the things that you don't really need but will buy.
Right?
And stay away from the eye level items. You
Yeah.
want to go lower high.
Yeah.
Well, that was the funny part. When it got to the enchilada sauce, I was on my knees crawling under the shelf to get the last
The last
one.
one. So very popular enchilada right now.
Specific
See, you're talking
specific
no,
one, specific sauce,
Of course,
specific like
Look
you
at
know
this the
heat
golf
level.
swing. Let's look at this the golf
Yeah,
swing.
okay.
The outcome of the shot was the can of diced tomatoes and chili, right? That's the
Yes.
outcome. That's the
Yeah.
product.
Yeah.
But you were looking at the process. You were looking at tomatoes, and chilies.
I'm just looking
Right?
for a
So you're looking for
tangible thing
for tomato.
to buy.
But when you look at the outcome, the final product, you
Okay.
were there like, I got to go to the outcome section with the chili and tomato.
Yes.
You were looking at pieces. You were putting this swing together when you should have looked at the shot.
I'm so lost. My brain just doesn't compute this at all.
Because you're a process teacher, which is great. You got to go pieces. You can't just say let's go hit a good shot. You need to go through all the pieces. You got your foundation, right? So you
got your
you got your alignments and everything. Get club
Right.
face in right position. You got rhythm and tempo. You got all these things that you put. That's your processes. And for the result, you were looking for little processes when she wrote down the outcome.
Right.
You had to go right to the outcome on that one, buddy.
It was not a long list. I felt so incompetent. It was unbelievable. And I've been in this store a million times.
Is it fair to say now if you got the same list, you know right where to go?
Kind of.
So just kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
There have been times I've gotten a list from her and I've called her, I can't find it. I'm coming home. I'm done. I can't find it.
You gave up.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Mike,
I just
you
said
just
this
gave
Did you
is.
say it just like that too?
I
Yeah, I
just
just
can't
go,
do
hey,
this.
this is I'm so frustrated. You know how long it took me? It was 4 items, 35 minutes.
See, let me tell you.
35 minutes.
have to-
Now that's the question is, look, is it my
Problem?
issue problem? It probably is, but I got to believe that at the same time it is an organizational issue in the store. I mean, it shouldn't be that. I realize, like, believe me, I'm in merchandising too with golf. I get it. You want people to look for things, but it's not like I don't go to the store for 4 items for 35 minutes of my time.
Yeah.
Like, that's so frustrating. I don't even want to go back.
Can I tell you an interesting related story?
Yeah.
When my father was alive and I was helping him out, he shopped and he was so structured in his methods, and I didn't know this for a while until he told me that he had a grocery list, and I had checked off, and it was exactly down the path as you would walk his grocery store. So he would start at the right side and he would go from right to left down the aisles. So the items were lined up. If I followed the path, I would have found each one in order.
Gotcha. But you don't know that.
But I had no idea, so I'm running around like you were all
Yeah,
the time.
you
And
don't
I
know
said,
that.
Dad, you drive me crazy. Well, he said, so I walked to the store, and the first one's there, and I know this is on the left. And then, because the stuff made no sense either. The stuff, he didn't have the two, but it was right through the order. It was pretty interesting. So once I knew the system, I just kept walking down the path until I spotted, then I would keep going down the path. So maybe your wife has a system.
Maybe I have a question for you.
Yes.
In any time in that 35 minutes, did you ever ask
I
someone?
did.
She did. I was on the phone. Some nice person helped him out.
I did. I
store
did.
Employee?
I've done it before. Yeah. I don't just like bail and don't talk to anybody. There have been times I've been in the store and there's nobody to help. That's a whole nother thing. But the other part about it, I realized, and this is on my side, is that a lot of those things are obscure to me. They're things that I don't buy.
Well,
Just
yeah.
like Billy's dad. I
Right,
mean, I don't buy
didn't-
creme de la blah blah blah
Yeah.
blah blah.
Chickpeas.
Yeah,
I've never
it's
bought
like,
a chickpea.
never-
But my dad had always had it
No.
on his list.
It's like,
You look under peas or you look under chicks?
yeah,
Garbanzo beans?
look under chicks.
Oh, chickens.
Oh, chickens. Sorry.
So
there.
is it what is a chickpea? That's So that was the idea. I just meant to say I never
Yeah.
bought a chickpea in my life. It was always on his
Right.
list. So I
Right.
wouldn't know where to really begin. Is it in the vegetable area?
Beans.
It's in the bean area? Under.
Garbanzo.
I thought they were.
But see, isn't that weird?
Yeah. Is it
Chickpeas.
or a garbanzo bean? Are they exact same thing? So is it under garbanzo or is it under chickpea? He wrote chickpea.
I think that's more of an older.
And what's the
term for it.
paste you make out of that thing? There's a
Oh, hummus.
hummus. So
Hummus is good,
is that they're made out of chickpeas, right?
but hummus won't be.
It won't be in the chickpea
It won't be
area.
in the bean area because it needs to be refrigerated.
That's right. So
See,
it's
I know the basic
So
stuff.
it's over in
like
the
that.
cream chilled stuff.
Yeah, it's going to be by the cheeses.
I'll tell you this: the more you go shopping, the less frustrating it'll be.
I don't.
I
think
go
so.
shopping all the time.
But then, the more you go shopping for obscure items,
Yeah,
the less
that's I think
frustrating
you hit the
it'll
nail on that. That's the part about it, and it wasn't like these weren't exotic enchiladas. They were just like it's like
It had tomatoes and
it's
peppers.
not like
That
it's
was
not
pretty
like
good,
hey,
man.
I'm gonna buy a driver today. I'm gonna buy a driver with $100 upgrade shaft that has a swing speed, coverage of 75 to 80 miles an hour,
Right.
right? And it's got a kick point that's mid,
Nice.
and it's got a torque that's 2.7.
Oh.
And you can't deviate from any of that.
And,
and that's
fire
what those
engine red.
and that's what those items are that I was given to go to the store with. It wasn't just like a can of beans.
Well,
It was-
let me back you. When you go shopping with your wife,
Yeah.
are you the one that
Rarely.
pushes the cart, or is she?
We rarely go together.
Oh, because I always
Anymore.
put. If I'm with my wife, I have to be cart guy. I have to be.
Yeah.
I can't let her be cart person.
I think
She walks around
you know,
ahead of things, finds things, bring them back on the
Yeah.
main ship. She goes out. She's the little boat. Comes back to the ship, dumps
That's so
things off.
cute.
Yeah,
So-
I'm the cart girl.
That's so cute.
So I just kind of
Yeah.
cruise the
I-
aisles with getting keep things steady and straight, man.
Yeah.
And then she
I
zips
can
it,
see you
and
doing
she'll
that.
come back. Off she goes. See, that's how it works. But I could not go there without something to lean on.
I push the cart because I think that's the right thing to do.
I think so too. This
Yeah.
is what I'm saying, and
Yeah.
and it's plus it's something to lean on and kind of take your time and mosey, instead of So
and
so are
she's
you
looking
a cart pusher,
and she's
or
looking for
is Rick-
obscure things. So
I'm the cart.
You're
person.
the cart pusher.
Yeah, because I'm in control.
Yeah.
I know
Do you
how
guys
to-
go together?
Yeah, we do a lot
And
actually.
now, does he run off and find items, or does he
No,
stand right?
He runs
He's a
off.
follower.
He runs off and does things, and then I have to look for him.
Oh yeah, well after
yeah, he goes to the little tasting booths and
Yeah.
stuff,
Exactly.
huh?
Of
And
course.
you lose them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah,
where's
I knew
Rick?
that.
Where's Rick? But luckily for me, he's
off
really
to the magazine
tall.
area.
Yeah, so I can kind of usually locate him. Yeah.
All right,
That's so
Mike.
funny.
Nice, man. Well, I'm proud of you for doing it. Plus, he's got a lot of humor going on in the middle of this. So he calls me, and I'm cracking up, man. He's just making me laugh. I usually do it when he's behind the counter at work.
Yeah.
I try to crack him up, but it was pretty funny. So
It was. I had to do it. I was losing my mind.
Did you get everything?
Was this yesterday?
I did 2 nights ago.
2 nights ago.
I think it was 2
You
nights
got-
ago,
you
right?
got everything?
I did.
Cool. So you went home, got a pat on the back, and had a nice meal.
I went home and I walked in and I just put the stuff on the counter and she looked at me and said something and I just walked away.
Did you not?
I was so frustrated.
Did you not call her during this mission? You
No.
called me, but not her. Okay, I appreciate it. You
No.
you don't want to let her.
We had to talk about you and I had to talk about some other
Yes,
things.
we did.
So I thought, well, I might as well just call Bill. Maybe
I didn't even
home
know
now.
you were at the store until you guys, hey, I can't find the Chili's, where the Chili's are. So, yeah,
Well, here's
so-
what's so funny is when I was talking to you before I asked for help, there was a guy in the aisle that I was in. And so he overheard, he wasn't trying to. I mean, heck, I was probably 10 feet from him. He overheard our banter. He was getting a kick out of it. I don't even remember what you and I were bantering
I
about.
don't know. You're pretty funny.
But it was funny. I don't know if I've ever been so frustrated in a store.
You can't be. Oh, yeah, I guess it is
Wow.
frustrating a little bit
Seriously.
because you know it's there, right? You know it's there, and you can't.
Exactly. Well,
it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, it wasn't super obscure things, but it was just basic things with like things added to it. Like,
Basic things with a twist.
Did you?
yeah.
Amy can't be listening right now. There's no way to listen to our show right this second,
No.
right? Okay, so I was just curious. Do you know if she has a path system like my dad?
I don't think so. And actually, now that I think about it, there's only one store she goes to shop at because the place that I went to, she gets really frustrated with.
Because you got more natural food stuff going
Where'd
on in
you
your
go?
place.
I'm not
Oh.
going to sit in there. So
Yeah, you can't. We'd have to bill them
I might get
Yeah.
get shunned from that.
Oh, okay.
from the
Place.
other store.
Next
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
So, but it's interesting. And do you have a path system, or you just have your list and you know where everything is, and you kind of beeline different directions
I
every time?
beeline to where.
Yeah, so does
things
Josie.
are
Josie-
Do you use one store only?
Two.
Yeah, same with us.
Well, Josie's found out, and we have a couple stores because some don't stock one item that
Right.
another one does.
Exactly.
And then it's
Yeah.
weird. They all have similar stuff, but they're different. It's
That's exactly right.
That's strange, man. So I appreciate your story this morning, Mike, and notice how I tied that into the golf swing. So you were searching for outcome
Perfect.
when you were processing when you should have gone right to the outcome, because she had a completed item and you were looking for the pieces of the item and you based your search on the piece, the tomato.
But see, I don't understand. I mean, process versus outcome. I don't even understand the structure of the store.
Did you redo the whole store on paper for them to hand in to the manager?
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah,
do
you
that.
should. You
That
should
store's
take
massive.
photos.
I wouldn't.
You could take photos and put it all together on a big chart at your house and kind of study.
You know what I hate is
Yeah.
when they have like the butter and milk in one section,
Yeah.
and then the cheese and cream cheese and stuff completely on the other side.
Well,
of the
they did that
store.
because of what you said.
It is.
They want them to. You want
Yeah.
you to experience and walk
Walking
through the whole
through.
store, so you
Mhm.
buy stuff.
Yep.
That's just pretty smart. I have a slight tiny BM,
Okay.
just a little.
Yeah.
little,
Go for the
piece.
little one.
It's my dog's my canine son's 11th birthday today.
11.
He turns 11 today,
Really?
so my
Wow.
little Brody,
He doesn't look 11.
he's got enough energy. He's like a 4-year-old energy, But he is amazing. 11 years today. Pretty exciting. So he got up with me. We had breakfast together, and it was pretty cool. And yesterday, my grandnephew, who turns 6 tomorrow, hit range balls and got him to go to Black Lake. And it was the
nice.
cutest thing I've ever seen, and he did great. He won a Perseverance ribbon. And but it was pretty neat. He loves cart rides. Needless to say, everybody loves cart rides. But he hit balls, and he got it through the hula hoop and actually hit the noodle. The first time. I was so proud. I work with kids every day, but when it's family,
Oh, yeah.
it's a whole different thing, So it was pretty neat to see your little guy and smiling. He just kept going at it, and he's a lefty. He's not. I didn't know that. I brought both clubs just to check it out, right? And
Yeah.
And so we switched them back and forth, and when he got the lefty in his hand, it seemed really natural, and he started whacking it pretty good. So he's not lefty otherwise.
That is so
And
cool,
I did not
man.
push the left-handedness on him. So that was it. So happy birthday to my little boy. If you guys have been listening to the show a long time, you know about my dog. I've talked about him all the time. He's my son.
It's so cool.
11.
Amber's keeping him young.
Amber's.
Yeah.
Yeah, they run around the house pretty good. It's pretty neat. So it's fun when, he chased her down the hall, and on the way back, she's chasing him down the hall. And it's pretty fun to watch. How they,
That's so
They're
cute.
so cute.
anyways.
Very cool. Well, that's our morning BM, people. We're going to take our first break. Golf Talk Radio brought to you by TaylorMadeGolf.com. Check out the latest from TaylorMade Golf at TaylorMadeGolf.com today. We'll be right back. Stay with us.